Flame on! How's everybody doing tonight? I'm here with my co-host Nick Lenz and new addition to the channel, Robert from StarCraft. How you doing, buddy?
Fine. What do you mean new edition? I've been here before. I was here last time. Did you forget I helped you get through a couple months worth in one stream?
Yes. It just said a lot of the time, basically, when we do these, Robert, a lot of the time it just been Jay Heat, myself. It was Tevye occasionally, but not all the time. He's been here maybe, a couple times, Jay Heat?
With us? And I get that. I'm just saying, way to downplay me, dude. I'm smiling saying that.
All in good fun. It was part of, I was doing a bid, but all in good fun.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, so today we're going to be going through both February and March, correct?
Hopefully February.
Yeah. Oh, we got a comment from Nemo. He said hi.
Hi.
Nemo Strange.
Yep.
Yeah,
and your
how's it
camera's
going,
on, Jay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jay, you don't have your background this time.
Hold on, let me
Oh yeah, where's your background?
There we go.
Of course, mine is the Watchtower from DC Universe Online.
Nice.
Because I love the Watchtower from Justice League because they have they have by far one of the coolest looking bases. I even love the current base they have right now, the Mark Wade's. I think it's Dan Mora designed the current base they have.
Yep.
It is amazing.
It is, but
shows the fact that Mark Wade and Dan Moria, despite what people might say of Mark Wade's mouth, at least he loves DC comic history.
Oh, hey, I met up with him back at Motor City. Yeah, he is such. And here's the thing: this is why I know. One, DC keeps him on the leash like they do most of their writers, most of them. And two, he has such a love that he's so glad to be back there. He's not going to screw it up.
Yeah, I think it's Justice League first.
One of my favorite news sites, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, it's I love that logo for Justice League Unlimited. It might kind of kind of like Justice League Quarterly, I think it was. That new font. Oh, this is a trade paperback.
Yeah, that's the trade for it.
Yeah, the website I'm using where it's starting.
Comic releases, love it.
Yes.
That's become my go-to place now for it.
I own the first two trades of this book. This book is by far one of DC's best books out right now.
Yep, and the fact that Wade almost shot himself in the foot with it. You know, when he made that statement after who got elected.
Let's try to avoid politics on this.
No, I'm just saying it back, dude.
Yeah. Huh.
But
3 issues in a one shot. That's what this trade collects. The first trade collects the first 5 issues of this book. And for those who be curious about this book, this is the second volume Just Like Limited because there was one published in 2000s as tie-in for a TV show. This has nothing to do with that. It's just like Limited Volume 2.
Exactly.
It's the name, basically.
Yep, but do we really have to go over the trades, really? We could just go right to the books.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Episode Wonder Woman.
Oh, yeah, I know Jared's excited for that one.
Yeah. The Krypton Spectrum. Oh, Absolute Wonder Woman. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's a story. Absolute.
Okay, let's see. I actually read the final issue of that book. That book is amazing.
Krypton Spectrum. I basically call that All-Star Superman on acid.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they follow up for that Batman Gotham Gaslight, because that's the third follow-up to the original one-shot?
No. Okay, you had Masters of the Future. You had the Tales on the Countdown to Final Crisis tie-in, and you had a couple of stuff in Convergence, and then you had this, and that was of course 2 minis split in half, or 1 mini split, 1 maxi split in half.
Yeah.
Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong 2. I've been enjoying that. But it confirmed it. It's an alternate take on King of the Monsters.
Yes, and I believe this is Legendary's Godzilla in this book.
Legendary Monsterverse Godzilla.
Yeah, but it's an alternate one because Ghidorah just showed up.
Yeah, because in the main movies he's dead.
Well, yeah. So this is an alternate take. This is an alternate.
Yeah, I know. I don't spoil it for Godzilla King of the Monsters, but it's been out for several years. I've seen Godzilla King of the Monsters. I actually enjoyed that version of the movie.
You know what? That's that until -1. That was mine and my friend Ingrid's #1 Godzilla movie of all time because
Yeah, I think it featured the biggest King Ghidorah to date. That one,
biggest and the best in our opinion. And you know what? Believe it or not, you know what we say is the second best King Ghidorah?
the Heisei one.
Close. Not from Godzilla. It's Rebirth of Mothra 3.
Huh.
That one is the closest. You could definitely tell they took a lot. Oh, Tom Veitch's and Steve Dillon's Animal Man.
I think this was the last trade, last set of issues for the book. This one.
Yes.
No, they had it. No, there was another run right after that. This was
But this is 70. Oh, okay, so 50. So
this is right after. This is the one right after Morrison's run, and it leads right in. And it is the last before it became Vertigo.
yes, and for some weird reason, the last I think it's like last 10 issues of that book are not in trade paperback for some reason.
Well, they weren't until now. No. Once it went Vertigo, it became something completely different.
Yeah.
And that was 20 to 30 issues afterwards. But yeah, this is the Peter Milligan and Tom Veitch runs. Legends,
a very underrated crossover. It's like 80s crossovers. The first one people think of is Crisis on Earth, but Legends is just as good as Crisis. It's almost as good as Crisis.
Kinda, I would say that it set the standard for the DC events for a while.
Yeah, it has some good stuff afterwards. Legion of 5 years.
Oh yeah, 5 year later Legion. This is the second omnibus collecting the rest of it.
Yeah, until Bendis basically did Legion. Legion never put out a bad book, ever.
No, yeah, I would. You're right. You're absolutely right about that.
True,
yeah.
True. Legion was pretty decent for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
Had some great writers. Yeah. I asked Conway about his run for Legion. Nice. He mentioned me on Twitter about this. This was a few years ago. I mentioned Jim Shue before he passed. Apparently, Conway was burnt out when he was doing Legion.
Oh, really? I can believe it.
Yeah, this his run was really good. I enjoy his run. Shooter, of course, and then
I can write things better than you.
Yeah, I met him a few times, but the guy is one of the coolest guys to meet, and I kind of wish he had a podcast because he has so much good stories.
Yeah. Okay, so we have the other half. We got the Vendetti run of
New 52 Flash. I think this was like the last 15 issues of that run.
No, 26.
Vendetti. I did ask him about the Blue Flash thing, which was made into Savitar. Yep. He was not happy with that.
Wait. Was it being Savitar or was how it played out in his run?
The way they adapted it, because they basically Savitar is a merger of the Blue Flash and Mark Waid Savitar.
Well, yeah, because in his thing it was just an alternate Barry. Yeah,
I didn't ask him about Wally West because the one the show is black. The one his run is black too.
Yeah,
was not verted by Wally anymore. He's usually referred by Ace nowadays because when people first saw him, people were like, that is not Wally West at all. People never bought him as Wally West. And then they had it where his real name is Wallace, just like the other Wally, and they're cousins, but their aunt is both Iris. It's kind of weird.
Oh, no. It's not. Basically, the guy who became the New 52 Reverse Flash ended up, that was his father.
Yes, and he's...
basically, it's a cosmic copy who was retconned to being a cousin who was named after the same ancestor.
And one other thing I do always like is that then Vendetti finally gave us a proper Eobard song, and then Williamson had it be the pre-New 52 Eobard, basically took over his body and overrode him.
Yep. And
I like that. There was a consistency there.
I think Josh Williamson was also the one who revealed that the Reverse Flash that Franz Michelotto created, that one was actually Ace's father.
Yep. And they killed him off in Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I think Sean Ryan killed him off in the annual for New Suicide Squad.
Yep.
Was it the annual or was it the last issue before?
The annual. It was the annual.
Okay. Yes, like they never show his body. It's implied he did die, but given
right, he exploded since he was energy.
Yeah, I
but
wouldn't be surprised if they brought him back, but yeah, Godspeed is still around.
Yeah,
you know what?
Go
In
ahead.
Supergirl, believe it or not, in Supergirl, they revealed that her father being Cyborg Superman is still being a Cyborg Superman is still canon.
That is plain weird.
Yeah, but you know what? But you know what? Given what was then revealed in New History, you know what my theory is? That was his corpse from New Krypton.
Mm-hmm.
That's my theory. What do you guys think of that?
More than likely.
The Omega Men, the book that was canceled and uncanceled.
Yep, and what really got King's foot in the door.
It's not a terrible book. The only problem is, like, Kyle's in the book, but you can't really tell because of the artwork. Dark Patterns, one of the best Batman limited series in the last few years, is so good. This book.
You kind of went past those YA graphic novels. We're getting another Galaxy book. Oh, brother.
Yes, I think she popped up in a Hawkgirl miniseries.
Yeah,
I think this is yes. I think she's supposed to be a lesbian.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken. Which fine, because it's the creator's own character, so I have no problem if they do it. It's perfectly fine.
I'm just wary because she's co-writing a book with Nicole Maines, and Nicole Maines is such a good writer. I don't want this other writer to totally tank the run because of her idiocy.
Yeah, Dan Winters, the guy who currently writes Nightwing right now. I actually had the first trade paperback just recently.
Wait. I want to answer Tevye's question. How do you explain hell? Oh, simple. As they said before, New 52 was when they were temporarily an alternate timeline before it got reabsorbed. Hell just existed in that alternate timeline, and when it got reabsorbed, he stopped it. He ceased existing.
Yeah, I'm thinking that Williamson does not want to touch him at all, but given the fact he was not a well-received villain.
No, but Supergirl. We'll get to Supergirl when we get to the end of the issues, dude. I don't think there's many others with these.
Surprisingly, Campbell's doing a job with the book. Yeah.
Kelly Thompson's birthday just wrapped up.
Yep.
Yes. It's actually been enjoying that run. It's sad the book ended after just a few years.
Sales though.
Oh yeah, this is the cross they did with Green Lantern.
Starbreaker Supremacy was amazing.
Yes.
That book had no right being as good as it was.
And the fact that he revealed so much going all the way back to Lights Out.
Yeah. Chris Camden. I think this is the last trade for Green Arrow.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
His run, the Condon run had potential. It's
Unfortunately, it was following up a more traditional superheroic run with Williamson's run, and then moved it to more grounded.
Not even that. I think the costume really did more damage than anything.
It reminded a little bit of when Colin Killing Jackson Lazy wrote the book.
Yep.
Batman Beyond Compendium. I actually enjoyed this Batman Beyond.
I did, except for one thing. Kyle Higgins having Barbara have a miscarriage.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's this run.
Well, I mean, that's not in this compendium because it's the beach and stuff.
I mean, say what you want about Beach and what he did with Cassie Kane. At least the guy who's wrote a lot of good other stuff.
Yeah, and he did get a chance to redeem himself, so I can't take
that. But here's something else, though. Did you know he totally screwed up continuity right off the bat in his Hush Beyond story by having it be by completely botching Return of the Joker?
Yeah. Oh, I love that also Western one.
Yep. Okay, now we're getting to the Vertigo books.
Yeah, Nice House by the Lake, still done by James Tinieth. Nice House by the Sea, which I think this is the sequel to Nice House by the Lake, if I'm not mistaken, because this is set in a continuity where it's sort of like a post-apocalyptic, it's sort of a semi-post-apocalyptic world, I think.
That.
Involving aliens. Bleeding Hearts.
That's by Dennis Camp.
The current, I think he's still, because they haven't finished the book yet, Absolute Martian Hunter.
Yep, and Ultimates.
Oh, and I just found out he is writing a book of Marvel.
All right, and End of Life issue number 1. I think this team wrote Peacemaker, that Peacemaker miniseries 2 years ago.
I think so.
Okay,
and Nick, I said Dennis Camp. Yeah, he's the guy who's been doing the current Ultimate, so he's been doing stuff at Marvel. He's also doing Ultimate Endgame.
Yes.
Okay, for this one, DCKO, this basically this current event comic for those
Yep.
unaffiliated.
Yep, they're finally doing the with the absolute characters.
Issue 3 was a highlight. I will not spoil it for anyone watching this.
I loved it. I loved it.
Take the time to read it for yourself. I will not spoil that book.
But yep, we're now getting into the absolute characters finally. And okay, I gotta say, originally I kept saying that this theme felt like this was an event that was cobbled together because they were surprised at what Absolute was doing. Now I'm starting to question that.
Yes.
There was too much
setup. This is the only book I could think of that Scott Snyder and Josh Williams work on together. Because I know they did kind of work on tie-ins for Dark Knight's Metal and Death Metal, but this is the first miniseries to work on together that I know of.
Co-writing, yes. Plotting, they've co-plotted Death Metal.
Yeah. Because I think Williams just worked on the tie-ins. He didn't work on the main miniseries.
But he helped out with the overall building, him and Tinian. Oh,
yeah.
Bot Battle!
Yeah, this is the crossover. This is the guest character issue. Excuse me, I almost said
crossover. Yeah.
Who's going up against Sub-Zero?
Yeah. Jeremy Adams, cool guy. Jeremy is one of the cool guys.
Saved Wally West as a character. I'll get
Dave Wally is rebuilt the Green Lantern Corps, doing wonders with Aquaman. In fact, guys, mind if I spoil the recent Aquaman issue?
Go ahead.
We found out we've basically been all but given who the adult Andy really is, and it's not. And we get an explanation to what happened to Arthur at the beginning. He was, and there was no one aged up. You know, he didn't go to some alternate future or anything. It was these what is Mirror people called again? The Albanians.
I think so.
Or people. Turns out they were transformed by this adult Andy, and as made clear, it's Mira's mother.
Really? So what they do? What was this? The trench?
No trench. Wait, what does the trench have to do with anything?
Trench or Aquaman villains?
What does that have to do with Mira and her people?
Well, it could be Mira's twin sister.
No, it's her mother, because you see a statue of her mother, which has the hairstyle of Andy, adult Andy. So yeah, and then at the very end we see the statues busted. Oh yeah, that night fight I've been enjoying.
Yes.
Still, they could have done more with Tim, but it wouldn't be the first time he's been done dirty.
Yeah.
I don't even think he got all of issue 3 to himself. He got the bulk of it, but only he got the bulk of it.
Yeah.
Right.
But, Josh Williamson Superman. I've read it a little bit, but
I've been loving it. This is like
it's I would say of the Superman line, it's the best book of the Superman line books.
Hands down.
And Williamson is not planning to leave this book anytime soon.
Nope. And we'll get to that when we get to March. But I gotta say though, what the biggest thing that won me over with Williamson was bringing Lena Luthor back for the first time since Our World's at War. That was the last time we ever saw her.
She did pop up in the Superboy issues by in Adventure Comics.
No, that was her. No, that was Lex's sister, Lena.
Huh.
Now, and remember, Lex named his daughter after that, and that was pre-Infinite Crisis, and that was during that hazy time where baby Lena could have been retconned out, and they brought back the sister. This was the first time we ever confirmed Lena was still alive. The events of Our World's at War still happened, and yet still keeping the sister Lena too.
As far as I can tell in the current continuity, that her mother is still the same, except that she's still dead.
Yep, the Contessa.
Yeah, which is weird how Lex was written, because I read the issues where she was born. So Lex, after the daughter was born, forced his own wife into a coma and then divorced her because, get this, he did not want to share the love of his daughter with his wife.
And then she busted. Then she got freed, sent to Bizarro to kidnap her, and was starting to plot against him until he became president. And then he just sent missiles and blew her up.
And he's like, "Oh, my divorce is finalized."
Yep.
And it was a Secret Files book that she died. Which, really? You killed a character in a Secret Files book?
To be fair, she hadn't been used in ages, so it was a way of just cleaning house.
Yeah. I don't remember who wrote that.
I think that was Loeb. I think that was Loeb or
Yeah.
Kelly, but I will say this. The Birds of Reno was one of the best Lex Luthor stories because he has Mayor Berkowitz assassinated by his own stepfather so he can have an excuse to kill him. But yeah, okay, so yeah, Justice League Unlimited, still been loving it with this terrific 10.
Yes, I think this is gonna be like the only book this year Dan Mori is working on this year.
No, he's working on Superman. That's the book.
Okay, so he's gonna be finishing up this book soon as the artist.
Probably.
Yeah, he's likely going to leave this book soon. I've enjoyed Justice League, the tie-in issues for Justice League Unlimited. It gives Mr. Terrific a chance to shine, as well as the Displaced Justice, as well as the Time Displaced Heroes. It kind of feels like a Suicide Squad situation in a way.
It does, and I gotta say also, Mark Waid, the guy who did Underworld Unleashed, is reminding us just how dangerous Neron is.
Yes, Wade and Christopher Cantwell, Cantwell, I love the guy's work on a lot of his other book because every book he's written so far, he's written a lot.
He's hit and miss. He's been hit and miss, at least with his Marvel work.
Yeah, I love his Iron Man work he did. That book is amazing.
Yeah.
Wade, I think him out the book was definitely a good idea because Side Spirit was not for a lot of people.
Oh no, I think that's part of the reason why they dropped it. Oh
No,
Titans, the end of John Layman's run. This is the last issue.
Really, they're his run at this point.
Wait till we get to March, Nick. Everything will explain when we get to March.
After 16 issues?
Yep, he was just brought in for this era.
Yeah, he was a transition writer.
So I wonder who's taking over for him.
We will get to that.
The balance.
Silence of her, Tony Howard.
But that's a Black Label book.
Yeah. Stars Black Canary, Catwoman. Who else is here?
Poison Ivy,
Harley Quinn,
and Harley.
Yeah, and for some reason, Catwoman. I don't think that's the current outfit she's wearing in the comic right now. It's a different ultra costume for her.
It's a Black Label. It's whatever they want it to be.
Yeah. Change of Love special.
This is not a Valentine's Day anthology. This is actually a one-shot that is focused and connected to the Superman books because it's focusing on Jimmy and
Livewire.
Jimmy, no, not Jimmy, just Livewire. And apparently she's in love with someone. With Creeper.
Yeah, and it's written by Leah Williams and Dan Slott. Odd combination.
Yeah, why are they still giving Leah Williams work?
New History of DC Universe, the Dakotas. Like, are we telling the Mouse universe with this book?
Well, New History did reveal they were canon, and I asked Mark Waid this, and he said between Dakota and Wildstorm, Dakota was the easiest to reincorporate. Even he admitted there was absolutely no way he could reincorporate everything from Wildstorm in conjunction. That's why he had to brush it off as saying, "Oh no, they never remerged. They're still separate," because he couldn't. There's too much to reconcile. Dakota way easier.
Because Dakota's
some more obscure characters like Apollo and Midnighter, Jenny.
Some of them you
get away with.
Though, like Merlin.
I know Grifter is in the current continuity. I know he popped up in Detective and he got his own book.
But he's now completely part of another universe.
Okay.
A separate Earth again.
So, Joseph P. Elliott, I'm not familiar with him. Stephen Williams, a woman who got a job because of Twitter threads. Morgan Hampton and Nicholas
Draper. These are the people who've been working on the new Milestone initiative. Basically, they're actually going to bridge the original Milestone with this one.
Okay. I love that cover artwork with Icon and Superman. That looks awesome. Is that Dan in that one?
Yep. That's this one is Klaus Janson.
Okay.
But and then we get to the Absolute Universe as we get
which is not many books. I know there's a special release recently for Batman called Batman Arkham Absolute Batman Arkham.
Arkham, yep, that's where they gave the history of Arkham, which ties into this, and we got introduced to Absolute Deathstroke, but we're getting Eric Canete. Boy, I'm just glad that he finished up his Kickstarter and his indie book finally.
Yeah. I know
absolutely.
Thompson herself, I did ask us a while ago of a working explanation of the warrior tattoo that Wonder Woman has in this continuity. She said they will. When? Don't know.
Wait a minute. I believe that ties to the fact that's the magic arm.
What?
We've already been having the explanation, dude. It's a magic arm.
Yeah.
No, dude. That's the explanation. It's her magic arm.
All right. That's the working annual. That's the second book of this line getting annual. Because Batman got his first, obviously. Wonder Woman? Okay.
Yep.
Now, I'll admit Absolute Superman was a slow burn, but the payoff was worth it.
Agreed. By the way, Tevya, what about Grifter and the Ravagers? Basically, during New 52, they were briefly remerged, and then again, when the timeline recombined, Wildstorm was back to being separate again. That's the explanation.
Yeah, that's what happened to the team itself. No idea, because they ended up back with Nowhere, and they basically disappeared from the continuity.
Again, like I said, anything that hasn't been kept over from New 52 just got reabsorbed and erased.
Yeah, like the organization is defunct now, Nowhere, because its leader is dead.
Well, it was stupid anyway, dude. We don't need to keep that canon anyway.
Yeah, and you could thank Scott Lobdell for having Harvest confirmed dead.
I'll be honest, dude. I'm still ticked off at Lobdell for screwing me over on his Kickstarter.
I don't think he's working DC anymore. That I know.
No, I said it's Kickstarter. I said.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but no, he left DC. He left. I think he
pretty
left
bad terms.
Yeah, he left around Rebirth. I want to say
he did, and
well, he actually did. He did do the Rebirth run for Red Hood and the Outlaws.
Yeah, it was after that. That, and you do know he's burned bridges with Brett Booth on that Kickstarter.
Really?
Tevya, he hasn't released it yet, and Brett Booth gave him all of the artwork. In fact, Booth, to try and compensate the people, he had basically released all of the pencils because Lobdell hasn't gone off his butt and finished it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm sure this is Dennis Cant's book.
Yep.
Weakest in the absolute.
Wait. We didn't talk about Superman.
Oh, okay.
You went right past it.
Yeah. Question: how do they integrate any Superman villains aside from Brainiac in this book?
Lex. They introduced Lex, and at the very end of the recent issue, Brainiac is heading the Lex. In other words, Aaron lied about not using Lex.
Yeah, I'm a few months behind in some comics, but I'm trying my best to catch up.
Yeah,
ride the Lazarus arc all the way to the end. Trust me, it's worth it.
Yeah, the last thing I read was when they revealed, because I know I reviewed the first trade for this book on my YouTube channel. As for Lazarus Corporation run by Roz, that was so predictable. I knew that was him.
I'll be honest, I did not consider it because no, he's a Batman villain. Then when it was revealed, it was like, oh, then they made him Vandal Savage, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah,
but Roz running it makes sense because it's Lazarus. It's his thing.
No, Nick. But the thing is, though, that seemed too obvious. It was one of those cases of it being right there in front of you, but you wouldn't think it because you kept thinking, no, he's a Batman villain.
People say the same thing about Solomon Grundy, despite the fact he's Alan Scott villain.
Well, that's true. But at Martian Manhunter, I'm still trying to make sense of everything.
Oh, and do you know also Alan Scott villain, despite the fact DC treats him as a DC Universe villain? Vandal Savage.
Well, wasn't Vandal a Flash villain?
No, he was a Green Lantern villain. He was Alan Scott's one of his first two foes.
Right. And when he became a businessman, he was a Flash villain.
Yes.
He first became a JSA villain, then he became a DC Universe villain later.
Yeah, I'm just saying, though, when he became a businessman, because Marv Wolfman wanted to use that origin he was going to give to Lex, but because they were already using his robotic Brainiac, they're saying, let's give Carrie Bates an option. You can't get both. So he decided, okay, then I'll give it to Vandal.
Yeah. Is Carrie Bates basically still writing? Because I think the last book I saw him on was that
Last Family of Krypton.
Okay.
No, actually, no, that wasn't the last thing. It was the Fall and Rise of Captain Atom. He did was
that was that one. Because believe it or not, did you know he actually wrote Flash the first volume?
Yep, I knew about that.
It's weird that he's one of those writers who still gets work. I think he's like what 70s now.
He likes to write still, but anyway, so I gotta
Do you
say
find kind of weird that he hasn't won a Flash book in years?
that's true.
I would have thought that he'd be one of the writers to bring in for Flash 800, but they did not.
Agreed, but
I know they had Jeremy. I think they had Jeff Johns, Wade. I know Simon Spurrier did a story for that one. I think that was it.
That's true, but as I was saying, it can't be honest about Absolute Flash and Green Lantern. I'm just waiting for them to finally just get to the point.
Like, I know that
both of them.
I don't think what happened this year.
I want Jay Heath to speak on this one. Sorry, Nick.
Okay.
Please, Jay Heath, do you agree with that?
I think he says right back.
Oh, he did? Oh, whoops. I did not see that. I did not see that.
One thing I'll see if, because I know 50th issue of this current Flash book probably be deemed issue 850.
Wait.
If I were DC Comics.
Wait. What?
You know, because the book I relaunched after 800 issues.
Yeah, but we're nowhere near 850 yet.
Yeah, it probably won't get to like maybe next year.
Yeah, but right now we have Green Lantern 800 coming. 600 coming up.
Yes. I would not be surprised Jeff Johns wrote a story for that one.
Right.
Okay. Now, I know it's a tight race, but I still say Absolute Martian Manhunter is the weakest at the. If I had to rank them, I would still do Absolute Wonder Woman. Absolute Superman only narrows out because of the overall payoff that was the Lazarus Corps arc. It had a major payoff in issue 15 in the finale. Absolute Batman right under it because I'm not counting the Batman Wonderbat crossover.
I love that.
It's enjoyable, but I'm not counting it towards my ranking because if I did, Batman and Superman would be tied.
All right, but I'm just saying, no, Flash and Green Lantern, my issue that they're just not getting to the point.
Yeah.
Point.
Yeah, Robert, do you think that DC might have Robert Venditti do a story for Green Lantern 600 because he did do some work for Green Lantern?
No, dude, we already know with 600, he is nowhere near it. It's all Adams.
Jeremy Adams?
No, yeah, it's all Jeremy Adams. There's nothing from other writers.
They should get other writers because it's a big issue.
They should, but they didn't.
Yes, Matt. Oh, it's Matt Fraction's Batman. This book is not bad. I think it's kind of I read the first couple issues of this. It's interesting. I think it's kind of weird that we have to get a new bat suit for Batman after having the suit we had for the last few years.
I'll be honest, the fact that Jorge keeps redesigning him with each new writer.
Yes, because now basically he's more blue now. He hasn't been this blue in years.
True.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't there a variant image that got leaked not too long ago about Tim leaving his Robin suit?
Yeah, but why? You know why? He's moving the shadows of the bat.
Oh, he's moving to that title. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I'm surprised that they brought back that title because the book ended in 2000.
Well, what, dude? They're trying to add other titles. Why shouldn't they tap into a title they already have?
Yeah, and look here, Robert. Nightwing. Nightwing has the highest number of issues for DC Comics. That's not relaunch or renumbering. It's the only one.
You said that before.
Yep. And do you know what's number 2?
Either Catwoman.
Yep. 3.
And then Harley.
Yep. And I think just behind it is probably Superman.
No, Ivy.
Okay. Ivy
will be behind that, but I was going to say was I am not surprised that Matt Fraction renewed Bernard again because let's be honest, say what you will about Fraction, might be a decent writer. He's still part of the Portland Mafia. He's still one of those type of writers who would feel like, of course I'm going to love and shove him in.
Yes, it's something that we don't have his wife. We don't have his wife writing a comic for DC right now that I could think of.
Well, no, but you get my point still, right? It's like, of course. Because I kept thinking they're going to get rid of Bernard. Nope, he renewed it, the interest again. Now we got a couple of years again of him not being used before we can.
I don't know if Batman Robin's ending. I've not heard anything about that.
It was confirmed it's going to end after issue 30.
Because PKJ is now a Marvel exclusive. Once he's done with Book of L, he's done at DC because Marvel obviously tempted him over so he can do his Age of Monsters with Hulk. But let's be honest, though. his Batman and Robin has been one of the weakest works he's done. And I got to feel it's mostly because of the artists. The artists do not fit this book at all.
I'm not going to say it's as big of a mismatch as the Fitz Martin run because that was atrocious. But they're just not. They're just this creative. These
it's too dark. It's more something you.
Clicking.
Here's the thing: it's something you expect for like a Dan Waters book, not a PKJ book.
Yeah, and here's the question: if this book is ending, because I know Tim is hanging out in Batman occasionally, so what's Damien going to do?
We gotta give it some. We gotta give them some time, dude. They just ended the book. Give it a little bit of time before they decide to get a new book out. Especially since they're launching other new books. I think they're just a greaser.
Do you think they might bring back the Robin title?
Who knows?
If they do, they're gonna piss off Tim Drake fans. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Well, the previous run actually had had Damien as a star, and that book was really good.
Again, let's wait until Shadow of the Bat comes out.
Yes.
Okay, let's not rush things out. Let's see what they're going to do with Tim and Shadow of the Bat, and then go forward. And Tevye, we know Bernard's an awful character, but this is Matt Fraction. Like I said, good of a writer as he is, he is very strong in that political stuff. So of course he was going to renew the interest in him.
Yes.
And having Bernard saying, "You're bad, Batman. You just completely had my boyfriend hurt. Shame on you."
Yeah.
And he's completely in the right for saying that.
Yeah, here's also something interesting with this issue number here, 84. That makes it I think it's the second ever 84 for Catwoman.
Yes, it is. But I was about to say very quickly with Batgirl, I thought it was going to be the final issue, but again, March says otherwise. I thought they said the finale to the War of Shadows, but nope, it's not ending.
Well, I don't think it should end it this soon because they just brought the title back because
if sales were doing that bad, 16 would be a decent place to stop it. But Catwoman,
I enjoy what Taryn Grayback was doing with the book. I read the book a little bit, but I think she's definitely a good fit for this book. She's definitely a writer who does get a lot of attention.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I'll say this: she's kind of like the new G. Willow Wilson. Someone who's actually doesn't push controversy, tells good stories, and everything.
And get this, she's one writer who is not American, British, or Canadian.
Yep.
She's Norwegian.
Yep. Speaking of G. Willow Wilson,
yes, I met her. She's a very nice lady.
I met him too. But yeah, with G. Willow Wilson, Ivy's continue to do well. And again, wait till we get to March. Let's not talk about the March solicitation yet, because there is something big there.
Catwoman's not ending anytime soon that I know of.
Yeah, Catwoman is not. No, Catwoman is not ending. Neither is Harley. And I gotta say, that 200th issue was horrible.
For Harley?
Yeah, it was pointless.
I haven't read it myself, but I've heard not so good reviews on it.
It's not.
I'm like, how the heck does Harley have 200 issues?
Britt, you really that surprised, dude? They've been keeping her going ever since New 52.
Well, this is not the first volume they've had for her. They had one for her back in the early 2000s.
I know. That was her first run. I know. But Detective, going down to Detective, he's still doing that City of Courage story arc.
I like that cover.
Good, it's decent.
It's decent, but it's still going.
Yeah. Just
World's Finest has been the saving grace of this line.
Yep.
Yeah, I think this might be the actually I think it's more issues than Ivy. This one.
Wait, what?
This is more issues than Ivy. Ivy's have 41, this is 48.
Oh, you're right. 41, 48. You're right. This is 48. But yeah, I'm just so glad they've been loving this. And now they're bringing in Ultraman and Owlman. Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a crime syndicate focused issue.
Yeah. I know this is one of 3 books Wade's working on. You have this, Justice League, and Flash.
No, and Action. No.
And Action.
Flash, he is co-writing. As far as solo writing, it's Action.
Yeah, I think it's just for story arc.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's a regular writer because it's still under Superstar Initiative.
Wait till we get to March, Nick. Everything's going to be explained in March. But yeah,
this book's almost a year now. Damn.
Wait, went right past Action, J Heat.
Oh, we did. I thought we went over it. Okay.
Yeah. I just brought up that Wade was working on it.
This is because this is Wade basically just integrating the Silver Age Superboy stories in the current continuity.
Which I've been enjoying. But yeah, it's because obviously he made it clear he does it so long as Superman's married to Lois, he wants to do stuff in the different eras, which is fine. I think that's perfectly fine for him. But yeah, now we can go down to Superman Unlimited. Again, Slott's been doing great. He's been killing it at DC. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I agree. But I'm more satisfied that he can actually keep up a deadline.
You do know Jerry Mann has been having to script some of his stuff lately.
True, but hey, so at least someone's helping him. So.
Yep, Supergirl, been loving this. Sophie Campbell's been doing such a great job.
I have not read Supergirl. I mean, I think the closest thing I read previously was that Power Girl series. I kind of
oh god, dude, Leah Williams, really? You're good, dude. Sophie Campbell is phenomenal. And this is the one that gave us the thick Supergirl.
Like I said, I don't really keep up with this title, and I'll give it a shot. I appreciate it. I'll take your recommendation, Robert.
Yeah, that has been really good, especially at the end of the recent issue. Book of L, been really enjoying it. And I am convinced this confirms the reason why the twins were hardly used is because of this book. They knew PKJ was working on it. They didn't want to taint anything. Once he's done here, they are up for grabs for anyone to use.
More than likely.
Yeah, because that's how it is. Just like with Trinity. Oh, speaking of which, the other Wonder Woman villain tie-in with Stephanie Williams. I know Jared's hoping that they say, let's try and increase the sales. It's going to go down. These two issues. One, it's a fill-in issue. They're not going to get the King fans because he's not involved. And two, it's Stephanie Williams.
That is true. Not going to lie.
It's going to tank.
I'm not gonna say it's hot. I'm not gonna say it's hot garbage, but it's gonna be pretty bad.
Yeah. Oh, I tell you, Wonder War's right after this issue.
Oh God.
Okay. Just want to say about Lemire. I read a little bit of this. It's not bad.
Yep. And as I told you guys before about in Aquaman, Andrea's true nature has been revealed as Mira's mom.
Yeah, I think this might be the only book for DC recently that hasn't had a big triple-digit issue. You notice that?
That is true. That's because Aquaman was shelved after after Future State. I think after Future State, Aquaman was shelved.
Yeah, after Aquaman.
Yeah. Aquaman was. It's really weird for Aquaman because online is listed as a mini series.
It was originally it was going to be an ongoing, but because sales orders weren't there, they made it a mini.
Yeah. Maybe like 700 issues, maybe close to it.
There maybe. By the way, Stephanie Williams, she's not the worst writer, but she's pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm for Stephen Phillips over Stephanie Williams.
Yep. And Jimmy Adams keeps building up to 600. I cannot wait.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll go into more detail on that one when we get to the March solicitations.
I think this is the second that he has worked on because he did work on Flashy 100.
Yep.
I know we're coming up on the 40-minute mark, ladies and gentlemen. Just bear with us.
Yep, we're almost done. How was this? Green Lantern Corps.
Issue 13.
I heard the sales have been not good for the start of this book. Like
it is good. That's the thing.
It's good, but it's not doing too well sales wise as much. It's not on the chopping block, but it's okay. We have
Batman, Lantern. The Arcadia. This ties back to a crossover they had back in the 80s.
Yeah, that was a late Danny O'Neill who did that story. I hope that here's what I hope that when they finish this miniseries, when they trade it back, collect the original storyline.
Yep. By the way,
called Fables.
Yep. Wait. Go back. Go back. Go back. I want to focus on this. Gabriel Hardman. Don't expect him to ever do Green Lantern Earth 1 Volume 3. You know why?
Why?
The man told me this himself because he co-wrote that with his ex-wife and their divorce was messy. In fact, this was a big surprise that he came back to comics. He said he was done with superhero comics and was going to focus in Hollywood. So to see him finally come back, I am impressed at showing that there's hope, but he ain't going to ever do Green Lantern Volume 3, because unless they give him a big paycheck, because again, he doesn't want to be remembered of his ex.
Yeah. One thing they should do for this cross Batman Green Lantern Grant Magneto question, they should bring in Dennis Colas. I think he's still alive, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Maybe.
The artist.
Yeah, we just saw him up above. He's still working, dude.
Yeah, I think he should work on this one too. Like maybe do like a cover for it, because he did work on the original crossover.
Yeah, hey, dude, I already told you how he and Phil Lamar finally met for the first time.
Really? Second night.
Wait.
First issue was so interesting.
Wait. Gargoyle of Gotham is finally finishing.
Yep, and the Noir edition is being released the same day.
Of
Yeah,
course.
I'm like, okay, it's Black Label. Of course, Black Label would do this because they, at times, are on their own schedule.
But I would say, so I'm still wondering, where the hell is Batman the Barbarian?
Good question. Second night, the first issue of that, actually pretty good.
Yep, I've been enjoying this just as good as the first mini. Elseworlds, Batman Static Beyond. I've been enjoying that.
Yeah, and the thing with that book is, it's one of those very few books where I met both creators in the book. I met Dan Jurgens at Comic-Con back, I think it was 2017. I met him.
Yep.
Very cool guy. Perkins several times. He was even at Free Comic Book Day, believe it or not. Well, one of the stores I went to is my business now. They invited him for that, and then 2 weeks later he was at Comic-Con. And I got him to sign my copy of Captain America Winter Soldier.
Nice. But as I was saying down below, it's Batman Static Beyond. Been loving that.
I think that's a fall from the animated series stack, right? The one.
Kind of, sort of. Its own story of it.
Even though, so when he appeared on Static, the future version of Static was more muscular, and then you see him on Justice League, he's like thinned out. He's got beard.
He was still jacked out. That was when he appeared. He didn't appear in Beyond.
He did a Static Shock. He was very muscular. He had a short beard, and then he appeared on Justice League Unlimited, where he has like a Santa Claus beard.
Yeah, that was the new Batman Adventures crossover episode. But that was
that was the one where they were going through a different time. But that's the main reason they were plucking them in and out of time.
Yeah,
but,
is this set before? Probably set in that timeline.
What?
That one?
No, I doubt it. It's probably its own thing.
Fact Smile.
Facsimile. Just re-releases.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then we got Gotham way down below. Gotham Academy first year. Children of the Round Table and Teen Titans Go. To all of them.
All right.
I actually really enjoyed Gotham Academy because I love the original series. This book, I think, is a prequel to the original series. Not mistaken.
I am just not a fan of them shoehorning Map as a Robin.
She is not an official Robin.
They keep on claiming she, in their eyes, they include from Fletcher and the others' mind, she is.
Here's the weird thing with that series. It follows from a story from Batman Brave and the Bold.
Yep.
Which I found to be so cool. Yeah, I know we're in March. Like, okay, so DC Pride. Okay, now I have talked to Tim Sheridan about the whole thing of Alan Scott being gay. Now, I know the reader's not a fan of it, but apparently...
Tinian did it first.
Yeah, did he? Okay, so...
But go on.
So, according to Tim Sheridan, he told me this, the creator's family has no problem with this.
Dude, I don't think... I don't care what... I thought it was one of the better well-handed coming out. Way better than Silver Surfer. Not Silver Surfer.
Iceman.
Why did they say Silver Surfer? Iceman.
Yeah, because this was how it built up, but I'm just not necessarily the biggest fan of Alan Scott being gay because of the fact he's been married a couple times. He has kids.
But they did explain that. He had convinced himself he was straight for the longest time. And as he even said, he doesn't regret being in love with those women. But they weren't beards. He had convinced himself he was straight. He's not bi, though. It's a case where it's like he loved them with all of his heart. But he is gay.
Just like his son.
Yes.
Which I know Roy Thomas did create his son, but he's not the one that was gay. That was somebody.
That was Mark Andreyko.
Yeah, that was in the 2000s.
Manhunter.
Yes, and they had the future issue where Kate Spencer's son was outed as gay too.
Yep, I remember that. Oh,
I'm not sure why.
It's Mark and Draco's gay.
Yeah. Well, I do find it funny in the last issue they had to have Kate do a Mrs. Robinson reference.
Yep.
I thought that was funny.
You know what? I still wish they did that Lost History Manhunter book, but they never got to it.
Yeah, I kind of wonder where the heck she is. I think last time she was in during
the Bendis run.
Yeah, that was last time she was seen.
Yeah, but well, Immortal Legend Batman, loving that run. Where the Demon is getting an Absolute Edition. That surprises me.
I read that. That book is really good. Oh, here's a fun fact, Robert. I did ask this to Captain Settle and Nikia Barros. Would Cal Higgins be a good guest on the Power Rangers Playback? They said yes, because he's a friend of theirs.
Time. J Heat, may I tell Tevya?
Sure, go ahead.
Tevya, you know why we're not going to have you on. That's all I'm going to say. You know why. So please don't push it.
Okay.
Just want to get out of the way. But if you keep scrolling down, yeah, Absolute Green Lantern. We've seen those. Myers getting one. But the Zatanna by Paul Dini on the bus. That is a good one. He is, of course, he loved it. He's married to Zatanna practically.
Yeah, and I've read that book and I've reviewed it. It is amazing. It's a shame the book ended after 16 issues. The book was so good.
Unfortunately, it's also a case of he didn't even fully write all the books.
Yeah, I think it was some other writers, but he was the main writer who wrote majority of the book. I think you're all about.
He kept coming on and off. He kept coming on and off was the big problem. But yeah.
I mean, it only had one bad story. That was the whole thing with Tim. But this book is actually really good.
Yeah, I agree.
John Ostrander's Suicide Squad Omnibus. Nice.
Yes, and there's not a night. Ostrander, any book I read by him, he's a legendary writer. He's never done a bad book.
Oh, scroll down a little bit more because I gotta say, it's kind of cringy now when I have the Salvation Run trade because it's a bit further down that has his Leela's old name.
Just like Red. Interesting series. I didn't realize it was going to be limited. I thought it was going to be ongoing.
Nope, it was limited. But I was saying with Salvation, having Leela Sturgis. Again, I have the old trade before they transitioned.
Yes, I remember the person Matthew. I remember correctly. I think this person had a sex change.
Yep. Yeah, Matt Sturgis. So it's kind of cringy.
Yeah, it's it was their choice. I'm not going to criticize them for it.
Yep. Well, hey, and it's what they want. Yeah, but I'm saying no. But I still appreciate that. It proved that Willingham is not a bigot like people think because Sturgis still keeps defending him. Yes, and Bill Willingham. The book that I've read that he has written, I was not necessarily a big fan of, was his Robin work. Right, but wait, Tevya, why did they transition? Tevya, why do you think? Do you really have to ask that, Tevya? Yeah, 70s, a very underrated era. Now, from what I've heard this from, I think it was Dixon. I heard this a little bit from Rob Liefeld. The reason why the Bronze Age was successful for a lot of books was because a lot of illegal dealings by dealers back in the 70s. Ooh, Tevya. Leo Sturgis was originally Matthew Sturgis. They transitioned. All right, they are now trans. That's all you need. Leela Sturgis, formerly Matthew Sturgis, is trans. Boom. Nothing more. And I'm like another writer who did that. At least Leela Sturgis is actually a good writer. Yep. At least this person will put a foot in the mouth on Twitter over someone's.
Nick, you're gonna get us demonetized.
Yes, I just can't stand that right away what that person said.
Wait a minute, which? Oh, you're talking about Megan?
Oh, no, not her. One who was.
I know who he's talking about. I know who he's talking about, Nick.
All right. But Jeff Johns compendium, nice. Nightwing compendium, all right, and good.
Chuck Dixon's run is the closest a Nightwing comic will have to a masterpiece, and you cannot convince me otherwise.
I won't.
Yes. Now he stopped doing this book because he was leaving for Cross Gen. That's why he left with issue 70. Though he did come back for Nightwing year 1, but that was the thing he did for the book. This is Gail Simone.
Gail Simone.
From what I heard when Gail Simone took over this book, she saved this title from cancellation.
Yep. Well, no. They're never going to cancel Wonder Woman, dude.
It just at the time, book reception wise, what was during the first year that run was coming out, I wasn't reading that point. I heard this from Linkara. The book was not well received because the first writer took like a year, at least 5 issues, and then the next writer just did whatever.
Nick, wait, didn't the original Amazon's Attack release during this run?
Yes, but Nick, they're never going to cancel because they can't. If they cancel it, they will lose Wonder Woman. So it is never on the verge of cancellation.
Yeah, it just was not doing well sales-wise.
Exactly. I just want to make that very clear. There is no chance of them ever canceling it.
But she did save the title.
Yep.
Joker.
Yeah, the Joker, it has a lot of Joker stuff, including his mini series.
I think it was ongoing, got canceled.
Telling of Death in the Family.
Yeah, which includes The Cult and the book that led up to it.
Yeah, Death Family, a very controversial Batman story.
Yep. Oh, okay. Keep scrolling down. Joe. We're about to get to Superman, Spider-Man. We got to talk about the Marvel announcement too.
Good book. Loosely adapted for season 1 of Arrow.
Yep. But yeah, look, I am so excited for both of them.
Nice.
Have you read the Marvel announcement?
I have.
Jeff Johns is writing the Marvel side.
Oh, that's good. Look at these writers for these books here.
Mark Waid, Tom King,
Matt Fraction, Sean Murphy, Gail Simone, Christopher Priest. Of these writers, I know Wade has done Superman. I think he's done Spider-Man, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. He's done plenty of Spidey. Yep.
Yes. Tom King, I know for a fact, has never done Spidey. He's never done him.
Nope.
Before we move forward, I just want to address this. Don't think these crossovers are a coincidence. Marvel is in a rut right now. Say what you will about the success and synergy of the MCU. That's a topic for a different stream. But Marvel is in a rut sales-wise. Like they're not even in the top 10.
The only reason why they're number 1 still is because they're skewing the numbers by flooding the market. That's the only reason they're number 1 is because they're just flooding the market. They're not even in the top 10, most of the top 10s.
Yes. Priest, if you're curious, he's running Spider-Man. Not that I know. He's never written Spider-Man.
He's done him regular stories. No, wait. He did. Hold on. He did an issue. Wait, where is it?
I think Priest is. I think we're a little bit of Superman.
Hold on, guys, please, can I?
Oh, that one shot.
Yep, and that was when he was James Osley before he became Christopher Priest.
Yeah, I think it was Joe Quesada mentioned the reason why he changed his name because he got divorced and he was a priest.
He once said, "If I ever got divorced, I will become a priest."
And he Bobo. Like,
tell you why they find the market to skew the numbers. That's why.
Yes.
Now I am skeptical with Scotty Young's work, but another Lobo series would just be fantastic. I'm willing to take the risk on this one.
I think, America, I think this is only his 3rd writing book I know if he's done. I know he did Rocket, he did Deadpool, and this one I know if he's done.
I hate Fairyland and Marvel's Wizard of Oz.
Okay, just so those.
I hate Fairyland. Makes him perfect for Lobo.
Yeah, Deathstroke Terminator by Tony Felice. I'm not familiar. I'm familiar with the artist.
Tony Felice is he's done Unstoppable Wasp, but also.
Okay, I've not read straight up. I have read Unstoppable Wasp. Good series, that one. It's a shame that book, basically, when they brought it back, this canceled again.
Yeah.
Okay, Rucker doing Batwoman makes sense.
Yep.
He created the character, so not surprising he was doing the title. Danny. Yeah, this is just a one. I know the name. Good artist. Just I've never met the person.
Me neither.
Rucka, I have met. I met Rucka. Cool guy.
He's lost.
Depending on who you ask.
Yeah, you do know. I've said this before. I'll say it again. The reason why he kind of went nuts after you know who got elected, and basically that's where he went from being fair and balanced to nope, I gotta force my politics into everything.
Oh, I heard about this one. DCX AEW. I heard about this one.
Now, if you're a fan of wrestling, you'll probably love this title.
I have no interest in this.
Yeah, I do, because basically that first cover there, because this is quite interesting because I know who these wrestlers are.
Yep.
Never in person, but I know who these are. That first cover there, of all these one here in front with the big belt buckle, that's Hangman Page, recent AEW World Champion. Swirl Strickland's the black guy. Sunglasses, Orange Cassidy, the guy with the green pants, that is Will Ospreay. The guy with the bald head, that is Jon Moxley. He's the current Continental Champion. One with long hair, that's Kenny Omega. The one with one looks like she's from the 50s, that's Timeless Tony Storm. And the one next to Hangman, that is Mercedes Moné, who's currently on break for the company.
By the way, wait, Tevye, what confuses you? AEW? It's just a crossover with wrestlers, all right? That's all it is.
And the guy with the flamethrower in the back with the red coats, that's Darby Allin. He actually did use that on TV. He actually basically burned Jungle Boy's legs with the thing.
Wow. Again, it's just a tie-in, all right? That's all it is. Nothing confusing.
And there's Hangman a buckshot lariat on Lex Luthor.
Yep.
Funny.
Come on, even you have to admit, Robert, this is hilarious.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I'm just trying to just explain.
Yeah, and if you catch what the buckshot lariat is, it's him outside the ring, goes over, and then does a big clothesline. That's buckshot lariat. It's a signature move until he ends all his matches.
Mm-hmm.
And he's called Hangman because he actually, believe it or not, used to hang people.
Yay.
Yes, he's part of Bullet Club. Yeah, and there's Mercedes with the whole fingers thing because that's the thing she does. Formerly Sasha Banks, WWE. And she is on break. This fact she has like 10 titles.
Right.
And the smiley girl you saw in that other photo there, with a smile on that second page there, that is Willow Nightingale, current TBS champion and one half of the AEW Women's Tag Team Champions.
By the way, you know what I think? Look, with DCKO, you know what given the covers, you know what I think is going to happen? I think Batman's going to get free from Night Fight, and it's going to replace Joker, and it's going to be Batman versus Superman.
Yeah. Interesting, Josh Williamson's not writing this issue.
Well, it's mostly been a Scott Snyder thing.
Yeah, but he's been co-writer for a lot of the book.
Well, yeah,
He's been plotting out. Jeremy Adams has mostly been doing the in-between fights, and they've been plotting it out. But the main book has always been Scott Snyder, at least from what I can tell.
Yeah, but like I said, I bet you that's what everything looks like. It's going to be Batman versus Superman for the finale.
Which would just be tagged on. Like, come on.
Yeah, but chances are my guess is Joker's going to tag out for Batman.
Yes. More Absolute Universe. In case someone's going to ask, like, how do I know those people? I watch AEW. That's all I know.
Right. But Absolute Batman. So apparently there was a big reveal with Poison Ivy. More machination with the Joker. Absolute Wonder Woman. Dealing with Zatanna.
Yeah, I know she looks different in this continuity. Like, they put her in a full jacket.
Kind of goes without saying.
That cover is.
So you would say she's quite the Lecter?
Yep.
Yeah.
But, okay, Superboy Prime. We'll get to it when we get to Superman. Nick, we'll get to it when we get to Superman. But
yeah, that cover for Absolute Superman is funny. Seeing Superman reading the cover, reading issue 1 Absolute. He's like, I think he's in a donut.
Yep. Oh wait. Okay, Tabia. Here's how DCKO ties in. When we see the DC Absolute Heroes, this is later on in their timeline when Darkseid had taken over. Clearly, they're going to stop him and prevent it from happening.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
more Absolute. I think that's got 2 more issues left. And I was thinking,
2 more. It's
a maxi series.
Yes.
Yep.
Flash. Weird book.
Yep. Again, Flash, and we're getting Obsidian in Green Lantern. But again, why is Flash and Green Lantern taking so long?
Who knows? Ask Al Ewing, Jeff Lemire.
Yep. Oh, and I take it back. They are having some other writers involved with 600, but so far the only one they are showing definitely is Ron Mars.
Interesting, because that is a good choice because he was the guy who succeeded Gerald Jones on the book with issue. I think he was 48.
Kyle, but in fact, here's the thing though. Kyle's taking over as the main Green Lantern of Earth again.
Really?
Yes, because Hal and Carol are getting married apparently.
Well, we don't know that for certain, and obviously you have all the stuff going on with Krona.
Yeah, and the whole thing of like these two getting married, Jeff Johns wanted to do it during his run, but apparently he was told no.
Because of New 52, the no marriage policy.
I guess when that deal was basically left, they threw that out.
But I will say this though, I do not like this costume. I appreciate the Ben 10 nod, but I do not like this.
Whoa, that is not the Ben 10 nod, dude. That is basically...
Look at that palette and tell me that is not Ben 10.
Can I finish?
Mm-hmm.
It's basically just a tweak to the original Daryl Banks design, dude.
Okay.
Real quickly, I think that was his second Green Lantern costume.
Technically his first because he had the standard Green Lantern outfit.
Yeah, and then later on he had this weird one like lines on it. You know that?
Yeah, I remember that. That was Jim Lee's redesign. But yeah, this is just a slight tweak to the Daryl Banks outfit, dude. Come on, even you have to admit it.
You one person I wouldn't be surprised if they had write this book because he did write Kyle. Would you be surprised that Joe Winnick wrote a story for the book?
He's too happy doing indie work.
I heard he was writing kids' books.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Indie work.
Oh, I love that Batman cover where it has look like a Neil Adams stuff.
They're keeping Arkham Tower canon.
Yeah, that was if I remember Marco Tamakagi established that.
Moriko Tamaki.
Okay. I love the concept of Arkham Tower. It's different from Arkham Asylum.
Yep.
Because they also integrated more in the continuity of Chase Meridian as a psychiatrist, but after that story wrapped up, she's not been seen since then.
The Infraction probably will use her a bit more, but we're getting the Wonder War started.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, Arkham Tower, they practically put on the very Arkham Asylum used to be, and it is like the size of like the Empire State Building.
Man, not that tall.
It's big.
But yeah,
I think it's one of the tallest buildings in Gotham.
Right, but again, so this might be King's last run, an arc.
Because I think this issue comes back after Stephanie Williams did her brief run.
Yes, and again, do you think this could be his last arc, or do you just might think this might be just the big one?
At least with official material is concerned, he wants this similar to Batman, where he could get 100 issues.
He's not gonna do it. I'm expecting him to get up to 50.
Yeah. Okay. Also, one thing interesting about Wonder Woman's costume, as this year, that costume's been on her for 10 years.
No, this is the Rebirth outfit.
That was 2016. This is 2026.
No, that was not Rebirth. No, sorry, let me rephrase that. This was the chief. I take it back. This wasn't the Rebirth outfit. Wait, is it the Rebirth outfit?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. 10 years wearing that costume.
All right. Well,
Catwoman 85. Ooh, first. This is actually second ever 85. So who knows? We might actually break the numbering of volume 2 with this.
We might. Who knows? They could end it at any point. Now, Batgirl is gotten powers after DCKO. I'm interested on where that's going. I bet you. Here's my guess. If it wasn't for DCKO giving him a chance to do this shakeup, they would have canceled it at 16.
More than likely.
Yeah. One thing I appreciate about the current title, at least the artist doesn't draw the costume where it's like loose in some spots. Because you remember when Damian Scott drew her?
Oh, it was just like hugging like the boob socks and everything.
Yes. I think she's supposed to be like 19, 20-ish, Cassie?
Nope. Younger.
What, 16-ish? Yeah. I know that at least they still keep canon her mom being Lady Shiva.
Remember, that was not the original decision. That was something they kind of railroaded in.
Yeah, her father is still David Kane, but he's dead.
Well, they keep going back and forth on that, but
he debuted in the same book Cassie did for the current continuity, Batman Eternal.
But again,
she became orphan.
But again, they could always reverse that, dude.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Harley's on power, but Poison Ivy is now mayor of Gotham.
Interesting, because
I am interested where this is going.
Well, because the last mayor died.
Well, no, but that was a long time ago, dude. We haven't killed off the current mayor yet.
Well, if you remember, the one mayor was killed by Cage Beast in the last issue of, I think it was.
He's run, but they've had another mayor currently, and we haven't resolved that yet, and he haven't been killed off yet. But how would that lead to Ivy being elected?
I don't know.
That's the big question. So I'm curious.
Look at this. Next issue, issue 50.
50, and that's the Mora issue where he's doing that. Obviously, he's going to do 50.
I hope it's double-sized.
Oh, it probably will be, but we got Mora was detective. Looks like they're starting a new arc. Finally.
Penguins is a good list.
Dennis Kawan is taking over on Nightwing.
Good. Yeah.
I'll admit that run's kind of grown on me.
A little bit.
It started with a slow burn, but I'm enjoying it.
Did you notice the first set of issues they referenced the last issue Devin Grayson did?
Yep.
I thought that was kind of interesting. First was Chemico, and then referencing when he became Renegade. I thought that was interesting. And the last issue ended on a cliffhanger, and that was the end of the story arc. It's kind of interesting they did that.
Mm-hmm. By the way, we're coming up. The fact we're coming up on Action 100.
100.
100.
Yeah, 1100.
1100.
1100. Yeah.
Yeah, which
now you're doing a bit. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was going to say 100. I was having a one before it.
I know it's been a second book to reach number, but next book probably reach that point. At this point, it's probably Batman, but probably not for a while.
Well, yeah, but anyway, then Supergirl. This is where we're starting the reign of the Superboys, as we're having Connor's heading to Kandor, and Boy Lightning. First time Boy Lightning's been done outside of World's Finest, because that's of course Gog. That's Gog when he was younger.
Yep.
I'm curious on where that's going. Like, how is he back?
Basically DC's Iron Lad, basically.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here's Superboy Prime is taking over the title.
Interesting.
I am so glad Williamson's continued get Superboy Prime's redemption.
At least, basically, he's not going to be whiny.
Oh, but I'm just so glad he didn't drop it.
Yep.
Well, at least he's not killing anyone.
There's no cover of Superman idiot donut reading a comic book. That is so funny of a cover.
I love that. And it's popcorn. It's popcorn.
Because I think the first was a donut.
No, it's popcorn.
Okay.
Well, at least he's not killing anyone to death.
I'll kill you to death.
Yeah, he's saying the Monarch who... Yeah, Monarch is not here.
Monarch appeared. Captain became Monarch during the Superman versus Captain Atom one-shot. Okay. Caveat, just to remind you, this does not mean that that Kid John is back. It's going to have a story where they go back in time. That is it.
Emperor Aquaman. They're changed.
Wait. Can we focus on Superman Unlimited first?
All right. Fifth Dimensional Imp. My guess is probably Mixie.
No. He's a fourth. No, we're dealing with a fourth dimensional demon.
Okay. They just said when I think of Dimensional Imp, I usually want to think of Superman as Mixie.
Yep. Okay. Jay Heat, your thoughts? Would you agree with me on this? Is it just going to be a time traveling story, nothing more?
Pretty sure, but I can't tell who the villain will be. I guess it's time travel because John doesn't have that many original villains.
Well, yeah, and this is what's involved, and this is John being possessed. It looks like older John's been taken over by this guy, and it's going to be his younger self who gets him out of it.
Yeah, is it just me, or is that other person on the cover looks like has Nightwing's logo, but gold?
Well,
that's Flamebird.
That's the Flamebird logo, so that's the opposite of Nightwing.
Yeah, I think it's the Kryptonian Flamebird, which, if I remember correctly, the current Flamebird that's not Kryptonian is supposed to be Batty Kane.
Yeah, but she's dead. Oh no, not Betty King. Sorry, I was thinking about the girl from New Krypton.
Yeah, Betty Kane. I think last time she appeared was in the first
The
Batwoman.
Batwoman run, yeah. But
yeah, she's the current Batwoman's cousin.
Yep.
Sister.
No, cousin.
Oh.
Because her sister is Alice.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
they kept that in the current continuity of her being Alice.
Tevya, I corrected myself. Betty's not dead. It was Kara's friend who was in the New Krypton stuff. She sacrificed herself to reunite. Because they turned the sun red, she made it yellow again.
Yep.
But
this should be interesting.
Aquaman, I am interested where this is going.
Interesting to change the name of the title because last time Aquaman was Emperor was Flashpoint.
Yeah, I am curious. Obviously this is going to be part of the fallout of what's been going on in with Andy.
Yeah, and that first cover there, that reminds me a little of Silver Age covers.
A little, yeah. But okay, Flash is where we get the new writing team.
Ryan North.
Ryan North. What?
The guy who writes Fantastic Four.
I remember.
I've been enjoying his Fantastic Four.
It's been weird.
It's been weird, but it's not bad. And I'll say this: with One World Under Doom, I'm pretty sure he was hamstrung.
Yeah, a book that no one noticed was coming out, and in March of last year, it was rated number 8 out of 10.
Now, and let me put it this way: the heat. Even you have to admit, even though people who are lousy at Marvel have been singing at DC, come on.
That is true.
DC has been bringing their best.
Yes.
So,
But
yeah.
I will. Okay, the only good aspect of One World Under Doom is the finale. Everything leading up to it is hot garbage.
Yeah, but
can we agree on that?
Yes, but I was saying, here's the other thing. Ryan North has proven he can write families. You kind of need that for Wally.
Yeah. Did you notice that on this cover here, Wally went back to his previous costume?
Yeah, thank God.
I didn't understand why in story they changed his costume for because it just randomly happened.
I don't get it either, but
And Barry is officially retired. He has no longer has speed powers.
We don't know how long that's going to last.
Depends on DC what they want to do. I love that first cover they have there, where it's like a lot of the classic Justice League on the cover.
Yep, but it looks like now Clayton Henry's taking over artwork on JLU.
Is it just me or they had a King Shark to line up?
Well, it basically looks like a bunch of villains are going to be joining up too, it looks like.
Yeah, like Speedrun Justice League, that's nothing new. That's something Jeff Johns did.
Yep.
Metamorpho.
Likely DC synergy.
Yep.
Oh, I love that cover of Ted and Booster.
Yep.
So awesome.
Yep. But
I love birds.
yep.
And that's
That's
I think that's is that Roy Cheadle, or is that Ray Palmer?
That's Ryan Choi you're thinking of, by the way.
Yeah, Ryan Choi. The technically I think he's the fourth Adam. He's the fourth person named Adam.
I'm aware, but I'm not sure which it is.
I can't tell from this artwork.
I gotta double check in one of the books. But next
Vixen.
we got Vixen. But yeah, next after this we got New Titans with Kate Bromball.
Is that the same writer who writes Batgirl?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Vixen, a character that Jared Conway, I think it's one of his favorite characters he's ever created, that one.
Right. No, I think that's always been Firestorm.
Yeah, because he had a lot of love for Vixen. He never gave on. He never gave on her. So much so he made part of the Justice League. Despite the fact that from what I heard, the title under him, it was not technically his fault. It just that the book was being outsold by Teen Titans.
Yep. Now, okay. So from the looks of here, it looks like we're going to have John, Tara,
Spoiler according to leaks and Yara Floor.
And who?
And Yara Floor.
Yara. Okay.
And spoiler.
Yep. And spoiler. Okay. Hoping they actually are able to try and fix things up with her.
Yeah, that's interesting. Let me ask you this,
The
Robert.
other guys are still going to be involved too.
Let me ask you this, Robert. When this book started, they're based in Bloodhaven, and then when John Layman took over the book, they went back to New York City. How'd you feel about that?
I don't care. Tevya, Tara's been back since Deathstroke, all right?
Yeah, which she remembers when she died.
Yeah, they basically have it be because basically it was basically said that because of Rebirth, some characters came back and they just acknowledged it, just like with the Question. Wait, whoa. Go back up to Green Lantern.
Mm-hmm.
You went right past Green Lantern Corps.
Yep.
Basically now, Guy has now been worshipped as the All-Sight. He's receiving visions. That's cool.
Yep.
And then we get JSA Year 1 continues. Okay, yep. Now, I gotta say, I am in the recent Green Lantern Corps, for some reason, they've shown that the Cap Matui that John's been with, apparently he's gone a little crazy and has been put in a science cell for some reason. I don't get it.
Yes. Also, John's got a beard, like a full beard now.
Yeah.
I think it's Amazing Man, if I'm not mistaken. The one on the cover.
Yep, that's Amazing Man. I've been really enjoying Lemire's stuff.
I know he's a classics hero. I think Roy Thomas created him, if I'm not mistaken, that one.
I forget.
I know he showed up in All-Star Squadrons. I know because I did review that series. That series is amazing.
Love her.
Still give more.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I can't see he'll give more love to All-Star Squadron because that book is not finished being collected.
So instead of a Valentine's Day anthology, we're getting a Valentine's Day miniseries with the Sirens. Basically.
I do not think this ties into Valentine's Day, dude.
Yeah, and this one's focused on Harley and Ivy.
Yeah. Oh, and Catwoman and Black Canary. Yeah, I think it's just called Love Hurt, but it's not tying into Valentine's Day at all, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
If it was a mini, they make it a weekly and just keep it in the whole month.
Yeah.
But we have more than Batman Static continuing. Been enjoying that. Gotham Academy first year, Book of L. The fact they bumped Book of L all the way down to an other.
Which makes no sense as a Superman book.
Yeah, but I think it's because it's so distant from everything currently.
It's self-contained, basically.
Yeah. Wait. Tevya, Teen Lantern's still involved, all right? Keep up with the books.
Yeah, she's not doing a lot, but she's there. She's there.
She's doing a lot.
Okay.
She is. In fact, we found out her gauntlet was Krona's gauntlet, and he's still in it.
I knew about that a while ago, that was Krona's gauntlet.
But Harley and Ivy, Life and Crime, again, this just continues to fill in the gaps of their history, their romance history.
Mad Magazine, of course, they put this here because it's probably for the same company.
Yep, and then all the facsimiles, and that's it. We're all caught up.
All right.
Yep.
Told you we would.
Yeah, pretty solid lineup.
Yep.
Agreed.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So what'd you guys think?
I say this. Wait. We should still talk about. Look up the Marvel Superman, Spider-Man, so we can talk about that.
Sure. Would you mind pulling that up for us, Robert?
Yep. Just a second, and I'll link you to it. Hold on.
All right. While we're waiting on that, I actually enjoyed this lineup this go around. I didn't expect to do February and March back to back, but I enjoyed it.
I knew we would.
That's 90 minutes, which is nice.
There you go.
All right, it's in the private chat. I am pulling this up now.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I am not impressed with the main creative team.
I kind of wish for these crossovers they pick people who worked on both. I've only seen like one or two that did that for, but not all of them.
All right, Spider-Man and Superman.
Yep, it's Brad Meltzer and Pere Larraz.
I know Brad Meltzer.
Okay.
He did work on one Superman book. He did do. He did Action was 1000, and the only time where Superman was in Justice League. Brad, as far as I can tell, never worked Superman. He's never Spider-Man before. He never.
Yeah. He did a couple of stuff for their and some of their anthologies, like Amazing Fantasy 1000 and stuff like that.
I know Jeff Johns never wrote any Spider-Man.
No, but he has worked at Marvel.
Yes. Yep, we know he's done both. He's doing that. We already know about that.
Simonson has worked at both companies.
Yep.
Oh,
Um,
Bendis, it's going to be, even though they say in the solicitation it's Superman, it means John. Miles and John are teaming up.
yeah, I
Likely,
think that's
likely
on
the
that
bad.
cover. I see Karnak, and I think it was Whiplash.
Whiplash.
Uh,
What?
The
This
one
one.
with the arm. Yeah, that looks like Whiplash.
No, that's Conduit. That's Conduit.
Okay.
Conduit
cut.
and who's that other guy? These are both DC. No, that's Carrion, not Carrion. Oh, what is his name?
Karnak, he's a Spider-Man villain. I think he's a Damien Selena character.
Yeah, Kardak and Conduit. Perfect choice.
Oh, I love that cover. It looks awesome.
Yep, it was Corey Andrews. But like I said,
On the bottom, see that with Gwen. I see Cyborg Superman, Brainiac. See, looks like Connor. I think that's MJ.
Yep.
Black Cat.
Okay, I was about to say, here's what they say for the main stories. The main story is going to be Spider-Man, Superman versus Lex and Norman.
Interesting cover, this one.
Finally getting that.
Yeah.
But wait,
That's an interesting cover.
That ties into one of the time stories. Can I get through them?
Yes.
So we're gonna have Dan Slott's doing Spider-Man Noir and Golden Age Superman.
Choice.
Yep. Jeff Johns and Gary Frank are doing the Superman Spider-Man families are against each other, summoned by Mysterio.
Okay, if you're curious, this right here with this thing here, that is Spider-Man Assassin.
Yep. But yeah, here's the other. Symbiote hordes invade Metropolis as a War of Realms ignite. Jason Aaron's having Jane Foster, Thor, and Wonder Woman teaming up. Louise Simonson is having Steel versus Hobgoblin. Joe Kelly's going to have Gwen Stacy and Lana Lang. And Brian Michael Bendis is having Miles and John.
Miles makes sense because he created him. John is not as great.
He aged him up.
Yeah, but I love this cover here with Kara.
You could just say he created Teenage John. So
who's doing the Supergirl Gwen one?
That's I just said that was the Gwen Lana one is Joe Kelly.
Okay, interesting choice. He's gonna be at Make Orlando.
Oh, cool.
Yep, I actually have Moon Knight trade, which is a short story. That I'm gonna have him sign the trade for that along with E.M. Guest. He does the covers for that book.
Mm-hmm.
It's Moon Knight Fist of Kasu, which is actually his ending relaunch as Mark Spector Moon Knight.
Nice.
Thor
and Tevia, I know, but clearly that's the one. And doing the Jane Foster thing, it's too good to pass up.
Yeah, I think this one here. I know Luis created Steel. In the case of Thor, her husband worked on Thor.
Well, duh. He's the one who completely redefined him.
Yeah, I think she did work a little bit of Thor, but I don't think she wrote any regular issues.
No, the only time she worked on him when it tied into X Factor during Inferno.
Okay.
But Stegman. This is the first time Stegman's ever drawn Superman.
Interesting. I know he
Bagley, of course.
Yeah, Bagley has done both.
Yep. But
I think didn't Bagley work on some Bendis issues for Superman?
No, he worked on the Trinity book and Justice League. But again, I am excited for this more than I am Batman Deadpool.
Batman Deadpool was a success. You can't. I know,
but this was done as both a agreement to come to even do this crossover. Like, this was always the end goal. Let's be honest. This was always the end goal.
Agreed.
Yeah. Here's the question.
The Batman Deadpool was done to test the waters.
And wasn't that original one shot done by? I don't think it was Duggan who did that one shot. Did he?
No, it was Zeb Wells with Greg Capullo and Grant Morrison with Dan Mora.
Okay, so Wells, I know he's done Deadpool. I don't think he's ever done Batman that I know of.
No, hold on. What, dude? They don't have to.
I appreciate when writers do both because I do have an original one. So they have a Nightwing and Connor. It was Nightwing and I think it was John. I think it was.
No. It was Nightwing and X-23.
Yep, because he wrote both books.
Exactly. No, again, they don't all have to. That's
I
my
appreciate
point.
when writers have experience doing both when they do these crossovers because, to take an example, like the original Superman Spider-Man crossover, Conway wrote both.
Well, I get that. Now, here's one thing. Zeb has never written for DC ever. But
Yep.
he did a pretty good job regardless. Although, can I tell you one thing that people complain about him on Spidey? You know what the one thing that always pissed me off and that I'm so glad that Donny Cates got rid of? Venom Dark Origin.
Really?
Yeah, I gotta agree with you on that one.
He wrote that, and even the artist Angel Medina regretted working on it. It was a paycheck, and he hated it because he hated what was done with Eddie. How Eddie went from being a guy who was actually a legit person, a good person, to, oh, I'm going to kidnap pets, cats, so that I can say, here you go, it was easy.
Yep, and now Eddie is most recently been Carnage.
Yep, and now, thanks to him, Carnage now knows who Spidey is for the first time ever.
Yep.
Nice going, Eddie.
Yeah. The one thing one person I would love to hear his thoughts about this. I wonder how he feels about Eric Larson, who created Carnage. I wonder how he feels about Eddie Brock being the host of Carnage.
Eric Larson did not create Carnage. That was
Mark. Yeah, he did.
No, he did not. That was Mark Bagley and David Michelini.
I know Larson did help work on him, didn't he?
No. He was long gone by then, dude.
I could have sworn I saw his name in the title because I know Larson created them. His name is Tongue. That was Larson. Larson created the Tongue. Venom.
The Venom tongue. The Venom tongue, yes, but with Carnage, he did not create anything with Carnage. That was always Bagley.
Okay, here's a question: who came up with the famous green stuff out of his mouth?
Who came up with the idea, or who came up with the explanation for it?
I know the explanation that was Donny Cates who did that.
Yeah, but who came up with that? That was definitely Larson.
Larson has contributed major aspects of the character, but he did not create Venom.
That was Damage Lee and Tom McFarlane.
Yeah. So Michelini was responsible for both symbiotes, and the Life Foundation symbiotes, but Larson has never been involved with any symbiote creation.
I thought he was.
Yep. By the way, can we all agree? Al Ewing's getting screwed at Marvel if it wasn't for him doing Thor. If it wasn't for him having free ray of Thor, he would be screwed at Marvel because he had been jerked around on Venom.
Here's the thing. Before he did books like Immortal Hulk, before he did Venom, before he did Thor, the guy, in my opinion, wrote a lot of really good books. Marvel. You know what he wrote? You know what the very first book of Marvel was?
What?
Loki, Agent of Asgard.
Oh, yep, that was great. But
there's that one. There is Mighty Avengers.
Right, but can we focus on what I was trying to say, though?
Go ahead.
What were you about to say, Jay Heat?
No, I didn't say anything. Please continue.
I was just saying, Tevya, the black suit was created during Secret Wars.
If I remember, I think it was Mike Zeck who created the suit.
Mike Zeck, Jim Shooter, and someone else. I forget. But yeah, as I was saying, Ewing's been jerked around. His Venom run, Venom War proved it completely derailed anything he's been doing. And I gotta say, I read it all. It is boring. He has basically been in there for a paycheck. And I'm positive if it wasn't for him, his awesome Thor run, he'd be probably fed up with Marvel.
Yeah, for an event called Venom War, it's like, oh, let's have Venom.
It derailed everything he had been working on.
And did you notice they were named MSG in that book?
Wait, what?
Yeah, in the Venom War book, MSG, it's not called that. They call it a different name in the book. Like, I look at the building. If you see the book, you pull up the comic, you see the book, the building outside. That's clearly Madison Square Garden. I know because I walked by the place.
Obviously, there probably been some reason behind that, but like I said,
main events because it had this whole thing like Venomized zombies in the book. That was on tie-ins.
Tevya, MSG means Madison Square Garden. Yeah, Nick, not everyone knows that goes by that. Knows with the initials. Just simply say Madison Square Garden.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's always known that in real life. Everybody is called it, but that one comic, for some weird reason, I don't know why Al Ewing did this for. He
I don't think he
renamed the building.
Again, who knows what the reason is? But like I said, his Venom run has been jerked around this whole entire time. It's been all new Venom. He has no control. Clearly, he has absolutely zero control whatsoever. But thank God he has Thor, where he has complete control over it.
Now, would I say Al Ewing would leave or go exclusive to DC? Probably not. But I will concede that Marvel's doing him dirty.
Oh, he would be. I'm just saying he'd be fed up. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
Robert, do you think that the whole thing with Mary Jane being Venom, do you think that was Nick Lowe's idea?
Look, as long as the whole Paul thing is over and done with, I do
No.
not care.
I do not think that was Nick Lowe because Nick Lowe hasn't been. Is not the main editor on that book.
But he is the editor. He's the main editor of the Spider-Man books.
Yes, but he's not the editor of Venom, and I really do not think so because do you really think Nick Lowe would agree to Paul and MJ being broken up if he had actually any say in it?
Well, I heard Al Ewing he hates Paul.
Well, no. He is indifferent to Paul. The artist hates Paul.
Oh.
One thing I noticed about the coloring for that book, it reminded me a lot of Land's art style.
Well, yeah, but I'm trying to stay focused with the topic. But like I said, though, he has just been constantly jerked around, forced to do this. But like I said, J.E., would you agree with what I just said? If Nick Lowe really had any say, do you really think he
would have been fed up. He would have been fed up, not going to lie.
I don't know. I'm saying, you think Nick Lowe would have let them break up MJ and Paul if he really had any say?
Oh, hell no. Hell no. He's notoriously petty.
Exactly. But so it's clear he doesn't have much say, but I do think he has some say, and that's why the book's been yanked around.
Have you heard his public reception, how people feel about him?
You really have to ask?
Yeah, I've heard people describe him as a complete moron.
Are you really surprised? Let's be honest. It's Brevoort who's really running the Spider office through Nick Lowe.
Isn't
Tevya,
the
it's a paycheck. It's a paycheck, Tevya.
Yes.
And I'm positive doing Thor is why he's tolerating Venom. Can we agree to that at least? He might not leave Marvel.
Thor is amazing. Like,
no, wait. I was gonna say, would you agree though? That's what's keeping him on Venom is Thor. He would have left Venom if it wasn't for him probably working on Thor. If I want to bet, they're probably saying, "You quit Venom, we'll pull you from Thor." You want to bet they've told him that?
More than one occasion.
And it's something though that as of currently from Marvel, I think Thor and Venom are the only titles he's working on Marvel that I can think of right now.
Yes, I believe so. Oh, by the way, I gotta ask, who do you guys think is gonna take over Avengers?
Because I heard the book is ending after Gemma K. leaves, which I think was like 36, I think it is.
Oh no, it's gonna end at 34.
34.
34,
I don't think he just doing 800. I don't think he's gonna go the book in.
Oh, by the way, I've seen that. $7.99. That book is not $7.99 worth of pages.
Yes. Let's see, because McKay, and this is my honest opinion, I think McKay has done an amazing job with Avengers.
McKay's done decent with what they've been given. I will give them that.
I'll say this: when Aaron was on it, that was to keep him happy while he was working on Star Wars. Let's be honest.
Yeah, here's the thing. I know some people are not fans of Jason Aaron's run on Avengers, but I love his run of Avengers. I thought it was amazing.
Is She-Hulk?
No.
Yeah, the She-Hulk thing was something else. That's the only aspect I didn't like was like they have it where let's have her and Thor hook up for some random reason.
Making Thor and the Phoenix Thor's mom, and kept trying to railroad it in despite other writers trying to stop him. That's what I'm saying. The fact that they let other creators retcon his stuff told you Avengers was just a place to keep him happy and have very little actual effect on the overall universe.
Yes. I know that when Al Ewing had Gaia, Thor's actual mom, show up in the book.
That was Kate's.
No, it was actually very recently in the Al Ewing book.
No, yeah, but Kate's is the one who took the pot shot at Aaron before Ewing.
Yeah, but in the book, Gaia completely forgot the fact that she is Thor's mom.
No, she didn't forget. She knows. She doesn't care.
And she looks drastically different. Like the artist redesigned her to be like some such gigantic being. Like, that's Gaia? Really?
Tevya, Aaron did care about it, but it was meaningless in the grand scheme of things, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Jay Heat, would you agree?
I would argue. I would definitely argue Jason Aaron's Avengers is a shelf title. I would very much.
It was a shelf title that was just meant there to keep him happy while he was working on Star Wars. Let's be honest. That's the main reason why.
I think the most interesting choice he made for Avengers was Blade.
Agreed.
I will agree with that. There's been some things he did was interesting, but let's be honest. Can we agree to this? The two most cringiest things he ever did at Marvel was having Titania surrender herself to Lady Thor for a girl boss pass and the She-Hulk issue.
I would argue the She-Hulk Thor thing was more cringe.
Oh no, but Titania basically saying like her husband's calling her out, putting in all of his critics' statements. She shows up like, so wait, you're just Thor, not Lady Thunderstrike? Huh? Punch it out, Absorbing Man. We're going to turn ourselves in. Prison might do us good. You get a girl boss pass because you're awesome.
Yes, and I believe also just before that, Jane Foster broke Absorbman's jaw.
Yeah, that's the other thing. But again, the fact that Titania, here's what would have happened. Titania would have been like, let's see what you got. Got her butt kicked, but she would have been like, okay, you proved yourself. I'll turn myself in now. Not night, hubby. We're turning ourselves in because you're awesome. Girl power.
One aspect about Absorbman that Marvel has not explored in years is his son.
Oh, Thor?
Absorbman.
Oh, right. But wait. Jay Heat, what were you about to say?
I would say it was more ham-fisted because, again, I have not read that run since Gore the God Butcher. Like,
I got the two omnibuses.
Yeah, the Gore the God Butcher was the saving grace of that run, and arguably everything
that was the start of it.
Yep, that was the start. Very first 11 issues was that book. And then afterwards, after an issue where they revealed Jane Foster got cancer, then they do the League of Realms.
The War of the Realms.
That's what I'm saying. War of the Realms is where that
League of the Realms, not War Realms came later. League of Realms was next. And that was a storyline that brought back Malekith. And the only reason why they did that because he was going to be the main villain of Thor: Dark World.
I think it was more than that. I think it was more than that because by the time War of the Realms came out, Dark World was long in the rearview mirror. So I don't think that was the case.
Synergy was a factor, but
Thor: Dark World came out in 2013.
Yeah, and that was years before War of the Realms.
This is the group is called League of the Realms.
Well, I know, but everything about Aaron's run was leading up to War of the Realms.
Yes.
Everything about it. So for it to be him, it had to have been because that was Aaron's plan first, Synergy second. Otherwise, if it was purely because of Synergy, he would not have had him be the main villain for that end game.
Yeah, and that event was awesome.
Except for all the tie-ins.
Well, the overall is good. I'm just saying, like, okay, if we're tying back to that if we're tying back to the whole Titania thing, I would argue it's more ham-fisted than anything. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say that was cringe.
Well, I would because Titania's not the type who would say you have a girl power pass.
From a writing standpoint, it's ham-fisted. Now, if you're actually going to the characters and how they would interact,
that's not how she would interact. She would rather get into a fight first. She wouldn't turn herself in just willy-nilly.
Yeah. Well, okay, I can see your point now.
That's what I'm saying. She would not. She would go into a fight and then go eat quietly because she proved herself. She wouldn't be like, "Wait, you're Lady Thor? You're awesome. Turn us in." That's what she did. She literally basically punched out her husband and then said, "We're going in quietly. Prison will do us good."
The only complaint I heard about the whole thing with Jane Foster being Thor is that it went on a little too long.
Oh yeah, and the stupidity of Nick Fury. What Nick Fury whispered to Thor that made him unworthy. Gore was right. I'm sorry. That is the dumbest explanation that they were sitting on for so long. And that was the one thing that kept people coming back to the book, was to finally find out what was said.
Yeah, and that was not told the main Thor book.
One at a time.
Basically, go ahead, Nick.
Okay, when that was revealed in a mini series, not the main Thor book, a mini series called The Unworthy Thor.
That wasn't even when they revealed it, I don't think.
I don't remember they revealed it.
No, they were teasing it, but then they never did, and people were pissed.
And one thing I also have a problem with the whole thing with when Aaron had it where, because this happened in Original Sin, he put Nick Fury on the moon, and then most of Marvel forgot he was there.
Nope. There are other people used him there, but anyway.
I'd say most of Marvel, not all of Marvel.
Heat, what were you saying?
I was saying that basically what made Thor so unworthy was the fact that the gods were arrogant and cruel.
Again.
I mean, that's just by any mythology story in general. I mean, you build all this hype, all this momentum.
But how does saying that of his own automatically make him unworthy?
Like, was Thor responsible for an atrocity or one of Loki's schemes?
No. Just whispering that word was all it took.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's what I'm saying. There was a way, if you wanted the deep power of make Thor, if you wanted to ride out Thor, either put Odin sleep and have Thor take over Asgard. You could have just done it that way.
He already did that. He's already been in charge. He was already in charge by that point.
Okay, then never mind then. My point still stands though. There was a better way you could have wrote that.
Right, but anyway, but the She-Hulk issue, that was beyond like, oh, I hated being objectified. Oh, Bruce told me he loved it, thought it was awesome that I and wasn't being chased off. Oh, you have creepers who have posters of me that they worship, guys grabbing my butt, taking photos. This is the woman who, when under oath, was asked how many people did she date. It took her hours to get through it as She-Hulk. And then how many did she date as Jen? Just 3 people, one of which she doesn't even remember the name of. And so I'm sorry. This definitely read like a male feminist who felt like, I am outraged, and I'm going to make her outraged, even if it doesn't fit the character whatsoever.
One character I think Marvel kind of screwed over in the last few years has Jessica Drew.
Kind of so. Oh, getting rid of her son and aging him up was definitely the biggest FU.
Yeah, that was done by the writer, and I kind of felt as though that. Because the thing is, the whole thing of like her disappearing and then when she came back, apparently everybody completely forgot the fact she had a son. Except, but the thing is, one other person remember she had a son. You remember who that was?
Who?
Spider-Boy.
Yep. But okay, Jay, I want to get back before you go on that tangent because I made a point and no one responded about the She-Hulk issue. Jay, your thoughts on that issue?
It's been years since I read it, but if I'm going purely by memory, I would say it was just...
It contradicts everything about Jen!
Not to mention, not so much that, it's just that the main difference between how Jen reflected on being basically Hulkified, for lack of a better term. With Bruce, it's just a manifestation of his trauma and his anger, basically everything his father put him through in his backstory. It's just a manifestation of
Jen, it was a case of her self-deprecation, and this is what she wanted to be. There's a reason she stayed She-Hulk until Jeff Johns' Red Cloud. Because she loved it so much. It took her going crazy and destroying a town before she finally was like, I hate being She-Hulk. I want to be Jen again.
And I get the idea you want to play a little loose and promiscuous with but that doesn't really fit Jen that way.
No, she loved it. Why would she be like, oh, I like being She-Hulk, but I hate it being objectified? She objectified herself most of her existence.
Yes.
I'm sorry. The woman objectified herself. Period.
I would argue the MCU show did more damage to the character than that run.
And I'll say this. Does this mean that Jason Aaron feels he's more of a feminist than Renee Witterstater, the editor on the Burn Run?
Oh God, I forgot that one existed.
Whoa,
Oh,
whoa,
did you
whoa,
guys
whoa, whoa,
hear
whoa, whoa,
something?
whoa! Do not tell me you're dissing that run, dude.
I'm not dissing.
Oh.
I just said I forgot it existed.
The way
Robert, did
said
you hear
that.
about the She-Hulk actress?
Okay, that's being misconstrued. She was being sarcastic to people. She was making fun of the people who were making a big deal about it, and some people are taking it like she was being dead serious. She was joking.
As far as I can tell, I don't think Marvel has any plans to revisit that series at all because of the
I don't
reception.
think so, but I also feel since she's so pro-Palestine, she's not going to do anything at Disney.
It's just a lot of tension going on right now.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
feel like she's done.
And
No,
we should
it's her
think of
choice.
this of late J-Heat.
Huh?
It's like almost midnight.
Yeah,
Oh, right,
yeah.
right, right,
I gotta
right.
start. We gotta start turning in. Yeah, but and
Yeah,
then Tevye, no, she's not screwed. She's actually been written very well lately. The Rainbow Wow series was very good.
All right. But yeah, we should start wrapping up. Any final thoughts, gentlemen?
I'm excited for March.
Yep. I'm more excited for what DC is going to put out to Marvel.
Well, obviously, the only thing at Marvel I'm loving is Hulk and Thor.
Yep.
And the Sentry mini, which apparently it's only 4 issues.
Yeah, I'm also enjoying Jed McKay's Moon Knight.
Like
It's
I said,
alright.
I fell off on Marvel years ago. I should probably do a video. What do I do to get back at?
J-Heat, read PKJ's Hulk and read Ewing's Thor. Period. Read them.
Jed McKay's Moon Knight is amazing.
That's fine. I haven't read it, so I have no comment on that. I'm just trying to encourage PKJ
Just check
and Ewing.
because it's now. I've read a lot of Jed McKay stuff, and this is my honest opinion. It's probably of all the books he's done at Marvel, probably his best work.
Now, this is the Fist of Conchu, or this is a separate run?
The whole Moon Knight run he's done.
Yeah, his whole run.
Okay.
His run started back in 2021.
Okay. Oh, so the book was relaunched multiple times. Okay, I see.
The upcoming will be the third relaunch.
Okay.
They're just changing the name and title and relaunch numbering.
Yep.
But still same writer, still same team. I think it might change the artist, but
Anyway,
just continuing the story.
All right. Before we wrap up, gentlemen, any new projects or anything you would like to promote on your channels?
just got some more PTNs in the can. I gotta get caught up a bit more on that. Might get back to some game streaming, but just currently just trying to find another job currently.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we've all been there, buddy. Nick, how about you?
I just have some videos coming on my YouTube channel. I'm reviewing right now the series A Certain Magic Index. I've got just I think it's just about 5 episodes left to go for it. I'm probably gonna finish up tomorrow and just review the rest. And there's another anime I'm gonna be starting up involving the best way to describe it is basically a guy who the tank in a party gets fired because they think he's weak.
Okay.
Okay, sounds interesting. As for me, you can find me at JHeat or JHeat Blade, JHeat75. I usually do I really do just about everything, really. Games, content, gaming playthroughs. And I even
Whoa.
What was that?
I don't know.
That was my phone. Sorry.
Oh, okay. And I usually just do just about anything. I also take fan requests, including but not limited to an Ironheart review. So I am preparing for that one. God help my soul.
Are you reviewing the Disney Plus series?
Yes, that's what they wanted to review. I'm not going to reveal who it was, but they wanted me to review the Ironheart series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I know it's a continuation of the character from the Black Panther movie, the second one. But is it anything like the comic version?
In many
Surprisingly
ways, yes.
not.
Well,
Surprisingly
in some ways, it is.
In some ways, there's some parallels, there's some consistencies, but
There's still some cringe.
Yeah, I think she's only like the third Bendis created character to appear in the MCU because he had his Prowler. He appeared in the first Spider-Man movie, Maria Hill, and Ironheart.
Technically, the Ronin identity.
Yes, but as a character.
yeah, but that was more of a rebrand than anything. And I think
But it kind of still counts.
and I think in the
Echo,
source material,
Echo is not his creation. That's a different guy.
Yeah, that was
I
David
think
Mack.
the source
David
material-
Mack created it solo.
and I think in the source material, Hawkeye was on the run at the time, if I remember.
He had just come back to life.
Okay.
Right.
And Kate Bishop was Hawkeye at that point.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Thank you for clearing that up. But yeah, this was very fun. This went on a little longer than expected. We kind of got on a bit of a tangent towards the end,
Mhm.
but all in good fun. I appreciate you guys coming out to the show always. Like,
Yep.
comment, subscribe, guys. Thank y'all so much for watching. Flame off.